So we're here out in the countryside where I'm building my house and the garage, and I know this is the first vlog in a couple of weeks, but I haven't really had anything to vlog about for many reasons, mainly because I'm really busy. 2 kids, house project, job, pretty much takes up all my time. YouTube is really a thing I have to squeeze in whenever I can, like when both kids are asleep, like 8 o'clock at night. I'm done with working on the house, garage, whatever. Finished doing booking on my business, all that stuff. Then I have a couple, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours to get videos out. So that's really a high priority. And in the weekends I sacrifice sleep to go out filming street racing. But that's the beauty of this channel, is I have a lot of street racing stuff, and that's at the night time, so I can actually do it. I don't have to lose time working on my house that's over there, because I'm filming at night. So 4 or 5 hours of sleep, back up, working in the house, editing at night when the kids are asleep. That's pretty much how I keep going. Not that I have to edit that much, you know, 2 videos a week, that's maybe 4 hours of editing or something. So nothing crazy, but still a lot of work, and when only 100 guys watch the video, I'm like, god damn. But that's how it is. So in this video we're gonna talk a little bit about keeping you guys updated on what's going on, because I have a lot of projects that I've been doing videos about and nothing has really been happening. And why is that? Well, it's mainly a time thing. But let's start about the obvious one, the one in the background. The garage. It looks pretty sweet. As you can see, it's basically a shell right now. I haven't finished the exterior. I haven't had time to do it. I'm kind of was in a rush to get on the house, so it's pretty much closed off with I don't know what that's called, but that's actually just seals. Behind that there's like wooden plates, and this just seals it from the wind and rain and whatever, and it makes the building waterproof, or weatherproof or whatever, and that's pretty essential. Of course, I don't know if you can see, but you can't really see, but there's a roof on the house, so I made that happen. So it's pretty much sealed off, and right now I'm just using the garage to store materials for the house project and storing other materials for the garage project. But I'm not really working on the garage. It's very simple. I'm not working on it because I'm working on the house. That's the first priority I have. And I know all you car freaks out there is gonna be like, what the fuck? You should be working on your on your garage first, and fuck the house. But feel free to talk to my wife and tell her that I should finish the garage and the house should wait, and we can keep living all 4 of us with my mom for a longer period, and talk to her. And if you can talk her into waiting a couple of months on the house extra, well, I'm sure we can work it out. But realistically, she's gonna kill you, so all your arguments are gonna fall to the ground. The garage project is pretty cool. As you can see, it's it's framed, and we got the roof up and everything, and we got lots of materials over here and extra here, and right there is the doors and the windows. I don't have the garage doors because I can't really afford them right now. I'm gonna do some kind of temporary solution with isolation and stuff, and maybe in 2019 I'm gonna buy the actual doors, because I'm not really gonna be using them much. Over here I'm storing some closets and other stuff for the house. Got a baby bed right here. But that's pretty much it. But it's a really cool roomy garage, and right here where I'm standing, like right here in front of me, there's gonna be a wall. But I still think there's gonna be room for 2 cars, maybe not complete disassembled project cars, but there's gonna be enough room. I was planning to put the shelving up on this wall over here and on this wall over here, but I think I'm gonna do it on the wall in the end, and this wall instead, because then I'm gonna have more space sideways, which is pretty important when you're building a car. You want to be able to open the door and walk around the car. The garage is 7.5 meters on the inside measurement, roughly, so you should be able to have most cars in here and have lots of space in the front and also in the back if you want to, but mainly in the front, because that's where all the fun stuff happens anyways. that's the garage. Let's talk a little bit about the house. That project is unlike everything else in my life. That project is actually on schedule, and it's going really well. I'm basically working on the house 7 days a week. I go to my job. Most days I go to the gym after work, come up to the house, do a couple hours. My wife calls me, and I go down and have dinner. And I'll do maybe some editing, maybe a little bit of gaming, stuff like that. And then I'll go to bed and repeat in the weekends, 7 hours a day, working on the house. And right now I'm actually started to put up drywall. And if you've any idea what the part of the project is, you know that's pretty close to delivering the house to the painter. I'm not going to paint myself. I'm not going to paint the inside myself. And well, that's going to give me some space or some little bit of time, because when the painter's working, I can't really be working. So he's going to do the whole house, and so maybe the house is going to be completely done in 2 months, if we're lucky. I know my rough estimates about when my things is going to be done is always a little off, but this one I think is going to be pretty on time, because I actually know what I'm doing. I have a firm project, I have my firm budget, I have the skills, I have the knowledge, I have the contacts, and what I'm doing, the work I'm doing on my house, is basically what I'm doing every day at work. And I've been having my own construction business for 7 years now, and I've been working in the construction business for, I don't know, 16 years, 14 years, something like that. So I think I have the skills, the knowledge to do it, and everything's working out pretty well. Let me know in the comments if you want to see the house in a future video. This is not a construction channel, so this isn't what it really should be about. Let's talk about the other obvious subject, the elephant in the room, and that's the brick. As you probably already guessed now, I haven't really been working much on it due to this whole house project. But there's also another reason is when we got it back from the tuner, there was a slight issue with the car. One of the reasons I got the car back wasn't it wasn't getting any cam signal, and that's pretty relevant if you want to run a full sequential sequential injectors when they're firing. And I wanted that, so but he wasn't getting any signal from the sensor, and he said my sensor was probably broke. He had some sensor problems with it when he was working on it. He fixed them, and then it broke again. And he said you need to fix these issues, and then you can come back in the future and we can work on the car. Unfortunately, there was nothing broke with the sensor. The sensor was working 100% completely, but it wasn't spinning. The sensor inside wasn't spinning, and that sensor is driven by my crank. And on the other end of that axle, there's a little thingy that sits on the oil pump that makes that spin around. And that makes oil pressure in the engine. And that was broke. The gears on the axle that crosses the cam, turns at everything, was grinded off. I don't know. Lots of theories, wrong, incline or whatever, it wasn't the right metal, anything. I have no idea what went wrong. Somebody that has the skills and the knowledge needs to fix this. I'm probably gonna find an engine builder to take the engine apart and fix it and get new parts, and hopefully a cam sensor that works, that won't break. It's, you know, people always say, oh yeah, muscle engines, they're so simple. Everything's simple, it just work. But in this case, the most simple part in the whole thing broke, and they pretty much failed. I don't know if the engine is 100% shot, but it's basically been running without oil pressure. It hasn't been doing power pulls or anything, but it's been running up on the trailer, down from the trailer, a little bit of idle, stuff like that. So if it hadn't had any oil pressure, pretty much means it's done. And also there's some metal parts in the engine from the grinded gears, so that needs to be cleaned out. If that was the only problem, maybe with a little bit of luck and ingenuity you could flush the engine, clean it out. But yeah, as a minimum we need to take off the pan, take off the mains, and see if the bearings are done, which they probably are. But if they're not, maybe it's fixable, maybe it's a cheap fix, and we can do it. But I'll give that 5-10% chance. Most likely scenario, with my luck, it's gonna be pretty much an entire engine build. You know, polished crank, honed block, new bearings, new everything. Need to clean everything. And also, besides that, we have a little joker. I haven't really had time to check it, but actually I think Martin is working on the car a little bit tonight, and he's gonna check cylinder 1 because that was running 200 degrees colder than every other cylinder. And this is just a theory, but from my side, I'm pretty sure that it means that the cylinder wasn't running. And I know from the tuner that it was getting spark and it was getting fuel. And if we're getting both of that and it wasn't running, that pretty much means there wasn't any compression. And if there wasn't any compression, that can mean a number of things. But melted piston, broke valves, broke lifters, something that if it's just a broke lifter, you know, maybe there is a guard up there. I don't think it's a melted piston because, well, the car was because it's been running and it wasn't smoky at all. And I fried a couple of pistons in my old Supra, and I did it multiple times, and every time there was a big, nice smoke show. And that hasn't really happened, so it's just a few. And to be honest, I'm not really. I could have found some hours one night, drive out, disassemble the car, see what's going on, but I haven't really felt like it, you know. I'm pretty much sick of tired of that car. It's I really haven't gotten any joy out of it. It's been fun building it sometimes, but mainly it's just been a money drain and also very time consuming. And to be honest, I'm way deeper than I can stand in the water or whatever. It's just I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the skills to build a car like that. I was hoping to learn it on the way, and how hard can it be, but it just turns out that if a simple cam sensor, by the way I didn't buy it myself, but it was delivered for the car by all race cars, but if something like that can destroy a complete engine, I don't know if drag racing a thing for me. It's just too much. It's you know, I miss having a street Supra, and you know, at least when that broke, it was just giving it to a guy and he could fix it and we could go drive again. This is always complicated, getting parts from America, and nobody can help, and it's just a hell. It's just annoying as fuck, and it's too much for me. I don't know. It's building a custom car when everything is custom is just way too complicated, you know. If I just had taken the LS route in the beginning and not a small block Chevy, my life would have been a lot simpler, and this fault wouldn't have happened because then other things could have went wrong. But I haven't really felt like, oh, let's go work on the car and get it done and find out what's wrong, because I know everything's broken. And well, so in short terms, all of you that's watching this video to this point, you must be pretty hardcore subscribers, and I want to thank you for that and your support, and always nice to have fans. But if you have any doubt if I'm gonna be racing this year, 100% I'm not gonna be out. First of all, it's a money thing. If I had the money, if I had not been building the house, I would have thrown everything into this car and it would have been running right now, whatever the cost. But that's not the scenario. I have 0 dimes right now, 0. Everything's for the house. That's a priority. Finish the house, get a place to live, then settle less important things, and the car is less important. That's why I'm still doing YouTube videos, because I see a future in this. I might not see so much of a future in drag racing, not as a thing I can make a living of anyways. Maybe YouTube could provide that one day. So that's basically it. But it's a money thing, it's also a knowledge thing. I've never done an engine build in my life. I basically just, all work I've been doing on cars, 99% of it is actually the work I've been doing on the brake. So we'll head in first. So it's a knowledge thing, money thing, and also time. I just don't have the time right now. If I wasn't working every weekend on the car, you could find some hours, call in a guy that could help me. There's friendly people out there that want to help out, and I have friends too, but just not things working out right now. So the thing is, right now the plan is, when my house is gonna be delivered for the painter, I'm gonna have 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, I'm not working on the house. And that time I'm gonna find hours, disassemble the car, find out what's wrong, and see what we can do. Maybe it's a easy, cheap fix, and then we're gonna, if it's the easy, cheap fix, gonna fix it, get a dyno ready, and hopefully maybe dyno it late this season or something like that. If everything is completely broke, we're gonna diagnostic, find out what's wrong, disassemble it, and I'm gonna leave it. I'm probably gonna ship the engine to a guy that can fix it. and he's gonna store it for a while, and in the autumn, when finances are a little better, he's gonna fix the thing. That's the plan, but let's see. I want to thank you guys for watching, and if any doubt which direction you should do in your racing career, always 2Js.